Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to Hooligans Pitch, episode 107. It's another great week for me.
Oh, man. That's how we're starting this?
No, I really do have a question for you right off rip right now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Have you or will you place a bet on Sunderland to win the league?
Wow. Do you have the odds?
I don't. I was trying to find it. I don't know the betting world well enough to know where to look and how to specifically look, but I think when Leicester won the league, their odds at the start were like 5,000 to 1. So you're maybe a little bit less at this point since there's 9 games played, but they're still probably decent. Maybe throw a little tenner at it. I don't know.
Right now, it looks like the odds on them to win the league is 200 to 1. The beginning of the season, they were 20,000 to 1. Oh, no, this is one day ago. BetMGM had them at 20,000 to 1. There's no way that's happening right now. That's what it says one day ago, though. But I'm going to go off of Odds Checker, which is saying Sunderland 200 to 1. This makes more sense. Aston Villa 250 to 1. Palace 300 to 1. So
I mean, if MGM's still doing 20,000 to 1, then
yeah, that's wild. and it's funny because we conversation around the house and through Discord. It's like, when was the last time a relegated team was doing this decently in the Premier League? And it feels like the last couple of years it's been 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last 4 years. At least close to that. Maybe Fulham. I think Fulham got so Fulham was relegated in 2020, and then they were back up the following season in 2022. So I think that was the last time we saw a team come up, go down, and come back up. Leicester was in there too, but man, I don't know. I guess a couple of years, but Fulham, I felt like Fulham, when they went down, they never should have gone down, and it was one of those teams that came right back up. Leicester kind of in that same boat. Yeah, man, Sunderland, super fun to watch. They're playing like they got the best midfielder in Germany to come over to the Premier League. I said it.
Yeah, I don't know. They just they're enjoying their time. I think I think you're going into these games knowing you're probably the underdog, at least in a lot of people's perception, for almost every game.
Sure.
And yeah, I think they're just having a good time with it. I mean, obviously, yeah, Xhaka's running that midfield. I mean, he left Arsenal in a good, in a good phase of his career. Went to Leverkusen, enjoyed his time there, part of their title-winning side, and coming to Sunderland was, I think, a surprise to everyone. And
definitely. But it makes sense. It kind of makes sense too. They need a leader in the midfield.
Absolutely.
I can't say it enough. I'm kind of jealous that they kind of have that guy.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going to jump into the point with Liverpool and Brentford over the weekend is, who's our dog in the midfield right now?
Yeah.
It's kind of dogless. I want it to be Szoboszlai. I think he has the capability to do it. I think he's maybe on the younger side. I mean, people forget if he's not 25, he's 24. I'm going to correct my own math here, but watching Brentford with Jordan Henderson kind of kick our ass.
Same thing, yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like, wow, we're definitely missing kind of that vet in the midfield.
Yeah.
And it hurts to get beat by a former player of ours. Let's be honest. That didn't feel good. Watching Henderson having a great time as we are frazzled.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, though. I think as it stands right now with how everyone's been looking, I think Szoboszlai is your only real dog out there, right? He's maybe not the tough, Xhaka dog that you don't want to really mess with, but
Well, Virgil's the enforcer, right? We got the enforcer, which every team needs the enforcer. Virgil's going to put his body on the line for people. But what we need is that kind of like yes, the dog. We need the dog in him, but we need that guy. Who's like, okay, who do we go to right now? Who can we give the ball to like find something and set something up? Or it should be that, could be that. Salah ain't that. He's never been that. I mean, I think McAllister in a way is that, but he's not like the creative type. Like, you know how City, when they bring in Bernardo Silva and they literally like find him, they literally go out of their way to find him if he's playing anywhere in the pitch. Liverpool doesn't have that right now. And that's something I think we desperately need. And like Arsenal has it. It's Odegaard for me, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go down the list of teams and like everyone kind of has that guy. And Liverpool has like 5 potential guys. That's the problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I think, ideally it is and probably will be at some point Wirtz, but, you know, he hasn't, I mean, not to say he hasn't done enough. I think he's done enough, but just, you know, I guess hasn't fully gelled with the rest of the team yet. So there's still that chemistry issue. But, you know, I think now we're like flirting with it maybe being a little bit more than a chemistry issue, right? Like there's
it's performance issue now. Chad, hang on, man, hang on. We gotta open our beers, man. Jeez, let's slow it down. I get it. I have condensation all over this.
Oof, yeah.
I'm drinking a Spare the Air hazy IPA, made by Devil's Canyon in San Carlos. So. Let me breathe.
Yeah, I'm still rocking the fresh haze. Still good. Still just nice to go back to, you know.
You know what? I don't think you should have anything else until Arsenal lose.
I mean, you're not wrong. Maybe just ride it out, you know. I don't want to disrupt the flow of the universe or anything right now.
I don't know if you can tell, but every time we've come to this podcast, I'm changing something with my background, hoping it sticks. And I'm hoping this is it. This is the one. Yeah. We're staying here. But yeah, I mean, let's just bust out that game really quick. I'm sure you saw the stat. I'm going to read it for all the people here. But Brentford took 9 minutes and 18 seconds for the 10 throw-ins that they had, averaging 55.8 seconds each time. Now, Chad, I know you are one to complain about the time it takes to get a throw-in off. Yeah. Here's what you got to say. I'm doing a long one. Just hang on.
Doing a long one.
Chad,
well, see, and the thing is, these days, every throw is a long throw. So right? It's hard. It's hard. It's like every time they said long throw, got to dry the ball. You know, I read somewhere that if teams agree to dry the ball off, they can do that. But both teams don't have to agree to that. So that might be a new tactic coming forward where teams are going to say, I'm not going to let you dry the ball off every time. Like, that's not, like, you don't get to do that anymore. Mean, I think you can have that. You can have that agreement of we want to allow this or not, but I don't think that should override the, 8-second rule you're supposed to kind of follow with throw-ins, right? Like, I think it's just one of those, like, if we're already doing it with, a keeper taking too long to
which we saw in this game. We literally saw that in this game.
Which we saw. Like, why can't we not do the same thing of like, you got 8 seconds to take the throw in, short, long, medium, I don't care. You got 8 seconds, and if it, goes beyond, then possession goes the other way. So I think that's the easy fix. I get, in a lot of this, refs and teams are kind of on the same page of like, give some time and let the other team set up, but at the same time, I mean, this stat is crazy.
And that's the average. So like some throw-ins could have been 10 seconds, some could have been 2 minutes. That's what's crazy about this. And I especially remember in the second half of this game, the agonizing feeling of their time wasting. It's like, it wasn't just the normal like walking to the ball. It was just the amount of time it was taking to set up everything after the ball was in their hands. And I mean, fair play to them. They wasted the time perfectly.
If you can get away with it.
If you can get away with it, right? I thought even the one on Kelleher when they gave the corner, I thought that was a bit harsh. I was like, Virgil was standing there counting it. 1, 2, you could see him mouthing it to the ref. And then as soon as 8 hit, whistle. It's like, okay, Don, I guess we have to do that everywhere now.
Yeah, do that all the time.
To hold them accountable, we got to count at every point. I think the crowd should start getting into it. Could you imagine the whole stadium counting?
That's what other some of the other podcasts I listened to, like they brought that up, kind of over last season and this season with just like if the crowd is there counting,
It's time.
it places some influence on the ref, right? Like
Yep.
he knows there's this time limit. Do they follow it that closely? Not really, but now when you have the crowd and maybe team on
Paying
fields
attention.
counting, like it kind of forces hand a little bit, I think, or at least make them really think about it. But
Yep.
but yeah, I did feel like Kelleher's was a little bit harsh.
I laughed when he got called for that.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
mean-
this is the one we're
Yeah.
calling? All right.
I mean, I'm kind of thinking like, why do we not just do like a shot clock sort of thing?
Well,
right? Like,
that's what's in discussion now, is stopping the clock on
Okay.
out of play balls.
Okay. Yeah.
It would be interesting to see that happen. In college soccer, the ref can stop the game. He throws up an X to the score booth. That's when we stop the clock. College is a not necessarily a running clock, but it's 90 minutes exactly. So you have a buzzer. At 10 seconds, you're counting down on the PA system, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Yeah.
and waiting for something to happen. So could that be implemented? Sure. I'd rather not have that, to be honest. Just imagine how. I mean, if the ball's just going out of play, that start stop. I just see that getting
I don't really.
old.
I don't need it to be like a stopped clock, but I think if you do have like a shot clock sort of thing where time continues to run, but once ball goes out of play, like all those advertising boards are digital these days, right? So just pop up in one in each corner of like, I don't know, call it 10 seconds across the board regardless of what it is, right? Sometimes will you be screwed by that because your corner taker is across the field? Yeah, but
Hustle.
maybe that's it's a hustle, or it's a like you got 3 corner kick takers, whoever's closest get over there. You can't wait for the entire defense to run up and get in the attack always. Like, I think it would force just kind of one play to continue quicker, but also just a little bit of chaos sometimes. Like, if someone's gonna try and run up and like doesn't quite make it, and then other team gets the ball and now they can quick counter or something. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, it's the time. The game of like time wasting is like a game within the game, and
Sure.
I
It's
know they're trying to figure it out, but
it's funny because we're talking about these aspects of the game right now that we dislike, and basketball has done something similar. When a player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he would take more than 10 seconds at the free throw line, so the crowd started chanting out, counting it down, hitting 10, and then losing their minds, and he still was shooting a free throw. That was happening. And then in baseball, we're seeing pitch clocks. So the pitcher has 20 seconds to get his pitch off, and by the 7-second mark, he has to be in his motion to throw the pitch. I don't see any reason why they can't implement into throw-ins, into goal kicks, to one, speed it up, and to hold people accountable for how much time they're actually wasting.
yeah, I'd like to see, I don't know, maybe if not something just across the board of like 10 seconds or whatever, just you have like so much data on how long it should take to take a corner kick or whatever, so you can kind of find the average of that, or sometime if you want to divvy it up by throw in and corner and goal kick and all that. But I think that's probably the way to beat most of this is just force it to happen in a defined time that's not reliant on the ref counting, and then the offense in that is possession goes to the other team.
So American soccer analysts say it takes roughly 7 to 15 seconds for a throw-in on average. And where they got that data from, it was in 2018, the MLS, 64,000 throw-ins were taken.
So yeah, I mean, if
Data's there.
I'd call 10 seconds good. Like that feels like a good chunk of time to, especially for a throw-in, right? Like, yeah, I know we're setting up for long throw-ins these days, which are basically almost corner kicks, but like, again, if you got 10 seconds, get up there, and if not, you don't make it.
Then here's what you do. You get 2 long throw-ins per half, and you get an extra 10 seconds. You raise your finger up, say, this is the one, right? This is the one. and you get an extended a lot of time to do what you need to do to prepare, and then you do it. Like, I think what we're saying it sounds complicated when you're trying to implement it, but I think once you get in the flow of it in a game, very easy to have a person on a clock. You see a player raise say they raise a something noticeable, right? A 5. Sure. And it's like, that's long throw in, add extra 10, we move on. All great points. I would love to see it. Like, going back to the game now, we didn't lose because of the time wasting. I want to make sure that is very clear. I'm not complaining that we lost because of this. However, it just stung to see so much of the game get zapped away. The momentum. Again, kudos, Brentford. You knew what you were doing. You had a game plan and you stuck to it. Let's talk a little bit about the PKs, yeah?
Oh, sure.
Or the non-PK and PK. I do not think Gakpo was fouled. I think if that was a PK, it would have been harsh. Mm-hmm. And then on the flip side, Virgil's PK. Man, what a fun topic. How many times have we seen a PK where a player was fouled outside the box, but for some reason the tackle carried forward inside the box, therefore it's a PK, even though the tackle started before the spot? Or vice versa, even. Well, the initiation of the tackle started outside the box and it finished inside the box. Therefore, it's not a PK. We've seen both sides of it, right? So for this one, for the initial kick out on the bottom of the boot, it's really fascinating. They're calling that inside the box when it was Virgil inside the box and his foot on the line, and the follow through took him. Momentum was going so far away from goal.
Yeah.
And I'm just at the point where it's like, okay, we see fouls not given inside the box when a tackle is made and they're not near the goal. So refs are like, well, there's no, like, that wasn't a scoring opportunity. This wasn't a scoring opportunity. There's no way. So the biggest complaint out of that is the on-field ref said, no PK. VAR comes in. They say, I'm the ruler here. I'm the boss. And then they ruled it a PK after almost 2-ish minutes of review. One that tells me it was inconclusive and they didn't really know. So, like, if they would have said VAR 5 seconds, official go look at it, okay, it's a PK, and it took less than a minute, fine. I would still complain about it, but the complaint now is so different. It took you so long to, like, find a way to give the PK. And then when we saw alternate views of the tackle of the foot, Virgil's foot was just outside the box too. His foot was in the box, or on the line, I should say. His foot was on the line, but it also wasn't on the line. So what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the point here of VAR, is that we've gotten away from, a clear and obvious error to what VAR deems is the correct call, right? Where, that happened already in a few games prior with, I think it was the Nick Pope on Gyökeres foul, where on fields, ref called it a penalty. Then they sent him to VAR, and, he spent some time over there, was even kind of unsure himself, it looked like, and sounded like VAR was kind of, as the commentator said, like, guiding him, right? So it's like, again, I think in red cards, penalties, goals, whatever, like, that's cool, those should be reviewable, but it should just be that. It should be, if the on-field ref feels that he needs another look, cool, go take a look, but it's okay, show me the first angle, show me second angle, show me third angle, whatever. Like, that's the conversation, not VAR telling me, like, oh, well, yeah, but look at his foot there, and let me super zoom into that and see this pixel, like, it gets a little just crazy, and, like, away from that clear and obvious, right? And now we're, like, nitpicking, and that's just not what this system was supposed to be.
We're putting a shot clock on VAR reviews.
I think that would help too. Like, as much as I don't want them to, like, rush into decisions, 2 minutes is crazy. Like you said, if you go beyond a minute, it's clearly not there's no conclusive evidence that this call needs to be flipped, right?
And the fourth official looks surprised. He was like, what are we doing here? And then of course the fact that a different official, which his name isn't on Who Scored. I don't have his name in front of me, but Simon Hooper getting subbed out at halftime after. Oh man, forgot I completely blanked about the first half ended. Gave Liverpool a gift, a literal gift in a goal. I guess because I was trying to be logical about this. I was like, okay, Brentford scored at the 45th minute. It was really like 44 and some change, but they really didn't start play until a little bit after the 45th minute. And I guess Hooper wanted to give Liverpool that, or I shouldn't say Liverpool. He did give Liverpool extra time, but the game extra time for the half because of the goal celebration at the 45th minute. But it went on a little too long. It went on to the point where I think even Liverpool was like, this game is still, like, we're still playing. Like, this is crazy. Brentford looked like they shut off. They were like, he's going to blow it. He's going to blow it. He's going to blow it. Didn't happen. Kudos to Liverpool for when they finally got down to, like, what? It was like the last 8 yards on the touchline. They're like, let's just cross it in. And they found a goal. I didn't even celebrate, Chad. I was just like, we're so lucky. I was like, we're just so lucky. Like, I can't believe we scored. Can't believe it. Didn't feel good about it. I was like, Brentford should be up 2-0 right now. And going into half 2-1, I was like, okay, so there's a chance here. And then when that PK hit at the 60th, I was like, what a buzzkill. Like, what a crazy buzzkill. And then the fact that we just weren't playing good, our shots, I was looking at XGs of the last like 4 games. Like, our XGs are fine, our shots on target are fine. It's just they're just not going in the goal. So I want to smash the panic button. I really do. But it's like the opportunities are there. It's like, dude, they got to go in the back of the net eventually. They really do. And I don't know what's going to change that. I mean, I'm sure Slot is kind of losing his mind too, because he's like, is he perfect in his formations and his substitutions? Like, right now as a fan, I don't think so. But like, we should be scoring goals. These goals, like, look at Gakpo, man. Like, that last game, I'm gonna always go like, that's how our season has been. It's like, we're either been super lucky, like the first 5 games, or incredibly unlucky, like the last 4 games. It has really been that big of like a sway.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's certainly luck involved on both sides, and then I think some teams just kind of found some weakness in, the defensive end of Liverpool's team. Right? There's no like great holding midfielder there now that we're having Gravenberch push up further this season. I think you maybe play Endo as a DM. Try it.
I'm okay with it. I think this was the game that Gravenberch was greatly missed. Kirkez too is just like, I don't know, man. He's like a wild card. For as excited as he was to join Liverpool, that excitement is like chaotic excitement, and you can just tell. When Robertson came in, it was like, okay, the trust is there. The consistency at what you're going to get is there. Is he as good as Kirkez? I don't know. I think that's a subjective like opinion if you want to say he's good or not, but at least like we know what we're getting. Yeah. And Virgil knows what Robertson is and doesn't really know what Kirkez is yet. So
and it's just like, I know Slot was, I don't know if I call it complaining, but pointing out that a lot of long balls have been Liverpool's defensive weakness here, right? This season.
That's because we're so high up, though. We're so high up on the pitch.
But everyone's so pushed up. But then, like, I'd say you're pressed pretty high up, but no one's like really pressing.
That's
so fair. Like it needs to kind of work hand in hand, right? Of like if you're gonna condense the field to like their half, you gotta do all you can to make sure it stays on that half. Because Van Dijk, Konate, I think they're quick enough, but obviously there's going to be players that are quicker. Here, Sade or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. He got through with a nice through ball there, and Konate, I think maybe could have put a little more pressure on him at the end. It seemed like he pulled away earlier than he should have, but it's those kind of balls and the over the top ones that have been like such a weak point in the past few games. So I don't know. Do you like bring Frimpong into that right back and just have him kind of sit back a little bit further because he's got the speed to catch some people, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know it's not
Does
ideal.
he want to? Yeah, does he want to do that? I mean, is he going to have to do that?
But, you know, I don't know. I think really either you have Gravenberch sit back a little bit more like he was last season, or you need Endo, you need McAllister, you need someone to stay back a little bit. I think like the all-out attack is cool, but you're not outscoring the opponents anymore, right?
We're getting work. Yeah, goals have stopped going in. As simple as that. Yeah, man. When Konate was, this is one of those games where I was like, Real Madrid wants him.
You know, like, since you said like he's playing his way out of Madrid, that's like all I've been thinking when I watch him now.
Yeah. He just looks clunky right now, and I mean he's big, right? A body is a nice thing, but like, look, I just think about the type of defenders that Madrid has always had. And it's always like a super pacey, attack-minded defender who can also be a great defender too, like Rudiger, the Sergio Ramoses, right? It's the Pepes. Like, none of those guys were clunky. Those guys were very, and I'm not saying Konate is not athletic, but there's just, the style is different. And I think Konate is a great pairing for a super defensive-minded person like Virgil. I just don't know. I feel like Virgil makes up for so many of his weaknesses that I'd like to see maybe someone who is a little bit more athletic, lean, long, fast, like a Mickey Van de Ven next to Virgil. Hey man, you got pace and there's space up the middle. I can hold the back line down. Virgil's already doing that anyway. It's just a different. It's just, a lot of question marks and very little backup in the defense, which is, we knew it was going to be a problem. Where it's showing now. I think we're at in the last 7 games in the Premier League, we haven't kept a clean sheet. The last one was against Burnley, and we won 1-0.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty telling.
Yeah, I like, we knew defensively it would be the scary part of this team right now, right? Like, something happens to Virgil, something happens to Konate, like, you don't got the depth right there to properly deal with it, I'd say. But I think everyone's kind of on board with the idea of like, well, we're just going to outscore the other team because we got so many great attacking options up top.
It's a great theory.
So, yeah, great. I think, I still think it will find its way. It will click. It's just a rough period to go through when it's not, right? And I think I don't think it's going to get easier, but I think it's just going to be one of those where like they're going to have to figure something out. I mean, at least scoring 2 goals here, Salah getting on the score sheet, like hopefully that just puts some more confidence into him.
Great
He'll
goal.
kick on a little bit more.
Great goal. Wish it would have happened 30 minutes prior.
Yeah, great goal, but now it's completely overshadowed by the loss, right?
Nothing.
So
it means nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just a rough time for Liverpool, and
it'll be fine. We went through Brendan Rodgers. It'll be fine. Here's what worries me, Chad. Perfect segue. We have the red hot Aston Villa coming to town.
Yeah.
Sitting even with Liverpool in the table right now. Who would have thought that, 7 weeks ago? Yeah, man. That Villa game against City, I thought Villa would do exactly what they were going to do. Defend Holland like crazy. Find a way to score a goal and then keep it at that. So kudos to them. I caught the highlights of that game, the extended version. Just kind of, I just wanted to see why couldn't City score, right? And it seemed like what Villa was doing was just allowing them to attack and then forcing them wide and never getting the ball to Holland. It was like, it's kind of like what we've said over and over again. It's like, if this is how you play Holland, you should be okay. And I'm just going to go to their stat line. I think if I read it right, Holland had maybe just a slight digit of double-digit touches, 15 touches total. So, like, when you limit Holland to that many touches, things are going to be okay. And on the flip side, you didn't necessarily possess a bunch, Villa, but, you know, when you can lock down defense and find a way to have a solid attack, you can win these games against City. And and they do it, I mean, fairly often. Haven't they been going back and forth now?
Yeah.
I think we brought that up last week on the pod.
They might be even in the past 2 seasons or something.
We need to go find that clip from last time where we even it out.
Yeah. I was kind of curious how that it would play out. Like, you know, I was rooting for Villa to take the points here, and then I saw the team that City was putting out, and like my immediate thought was just like Villa's not like overly physical, but I'd say they're one of the more physical teams you can come up against. And there's just not a lot of physicality in this City side, right? Like
soft squad.
Yeah, Savinho, Oscar Bob, Foden. I think Reinders came out and said he doesn't like a physical game anyway. Like, so like, you know, Holland will put up with it. Silva will put up with it. Like the back line, I think will be fine. But, you know, I didn't see enough of the game to know if this is what Villa did, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just, you know, gave it to him a little bit more physically than they were expecting. And then, couple that with blocking out Holland. And again, like we already said, you know, if Holland goes out of this team, who's scoring? No one, obviously.
No one wants to. No one can. I think Marmouche, I mean, he came back in this game late, got subbed in. When he came on the scene last year in the Premier League, it was like like he's here to play. He looks good. He's pacey. He wants to shoot. I think the first couple of games he was having, you know, 5-6 shots a game, showing that he wants to score. So I think it'll be better for them once he's, you know, playing more and you know, being super pacey. But this team is a shell of itself from the last couple of years, and they don't really have names to go around Holland yet. So that's kind of City's downfall. But again, this is about Villa, man. Villa climbing back from the depths of 20th place. It was week 3 they were sitting dead last with no goals, and since then they've just been on a tear. Haven't lost since September 16th. One draw since then, and then the rest are wins. However, they did lose in Europa to the go-ahead Eagles out of the Netherlands.
Oh, nice.
Never heard of them, but I like the name.
I mean, I think they're finding their way clearly. I mean, goals I think are still sparse. Like you've only scored 9, which is, you know, level with Everton, Leeds, Fulham, like
bottom table.
You know, so they still got to kind of solve that issue. I mean, obviously they're doing enough to win some games now, but you know, you kind of need your Ollie Watkins or someone to kick on and start to just score more consistently. Like,
but 9 in their last 6.
Yeah. So they're like turning it on that. For sure.
You put it like that.
In that context, it's looking good. But you know, they got to kind of continue, and I think they will. I don't think they're ever going to get as hot as they were, you know, last season or season before.
Yeah, I mean, Duran bailed him out a couple times. Rashford came in there and looked good. Definitely not as much threatening goal scorers on this team, right? So take them where you can get them and hope your defense can lock it down. I mean, I'm jealous that they get these clean sheets.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, boy.
All right, what should we jump to next here?
I think we got to talk United.
What do you think, man?
Are they back? I don't know.
Are they back? It's hard to say.
It is hard to say. I don't think Brighton was the.
It's a challenge to say.
Yeah, I don't think Brighton's the right one to like use to say if they're back or not on it. But because Brighton's just been so kind of up and down all season. I mean, you got to hand it to United. They're certainly making making waves compared to what they were doing, so that's great. 3 wins in a row now. Dude with the hair is he's probably just
he's charging the
praying
buzzers
right now.
He's
It's for
charging
real,
the buzzers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think 2 goals from Mbeumo both look pretty good. Like, he just wants to get on the ball and run and score, and like that's what he did. And Cunha, a little bit the same thing. Just feed him the ball around the box. He's probably going to shoot, right? So Casemiro a little bit lucky, but you take those. But on the other end, I mean, Danny Welbeck with a great free kick, and then what was it? Another one was corner or something. I forget where their second goal came from, but so I think it's obviously not a complete like team is ready to move forward. I think it's still a little bit shaky. Coming up against Sean Dyche next could be a tougher one than they maybe thought they're getting into. But
yeah, again, was I surprised that Man United won this game? Absolutely not. I thought they could have beat this team, and they did. In the fashion of 4-2. Okay, 4 goals, nice. We'll take those. I think this team rides the high, right? And then when they get low, they'll ride the low. However, I think this lineup they threw out makes a lot of sense with the attacking front they had. We really haven't seen much of Cunha in with Sesko and Mbeumo yet.
Yeah.
Cunha finally was shooting the ball in this game, and in the last couple games that I watched United, he really wasn't the shooting type. Like he didn't want to go for it. So now to see him going and Mbeumo starting to figure it out, I think United could be an interesting bogey team. But again, if you catch them, if they lose 1 or 2 in a row, dude, they're just down in the dumps. So at least they used to be down in the dumps so hard. It wouldn't shock me if that happens again, especially if Bruno isn't getting his way. It seems like if Bruno's happy, everyone's happy. If Bruno's sad, it doesn't look good. So, if I'm Sean Dyche next week, I'm saying we bug Bruno the whole game. We're in his face. We're bumping him. We're checking him. We're doing everything to make him uncomfortable, because when he's having a fit on the field, everyone else kind of looks like deer in headlights. Like, Bruno's mad. Like, what do we do? That's kind of, serious. That's what it's been looking like, at least for last year.
Yeah.
So if I'm Dyche, that's what I'm thinking about. Would I be shocked if Man United goes in and beats Forest? No, I think that could be the outcome. Tottenham's next for United after Forest. I think that could be a really interesting matchup. And then after Tottenham, they're going to go through an interesting mid-table, bottom table. So you'll get the lows. Like, we're going to see them go against West Ham and Wolves back-to-back, but then you're going to see Bournemouth and Villa. So, if they have any trouble against those bottom teams and they go against a top team again, what will they do? That's my question for them, is can they keep it consistent? And this is what these 3 wins have been the most consistent United has been in the last 500 days.
I'd say at least a year. And that's probably being kind to United, but I think it's probably closer to year and a half too.
Last time they won 3 in a row was February 2024.
Yeah, okay. So year and a half or so. Yeah. So I don't know. I think if you come through Forest and Tottenham with a win, I don't know. I feel like I'm never gonna be like, yeah, they're back, because this team, like you said, can flip on you so quick. But um, maybe that's something for the reporters to ask Amram about. Of like, is this finally like what you've been working towards, or
Ooh.
what changed? Like,
Is he gonna say yes? This is
I
like
think he would.
this is my team. This is the perfect team I want.
I think you would have to, right? Like,
Mm.
even you've been fighting off the change your tactics crowd, or the Amram out crowd, or the like, even admitting that you need to do better and you might not have a job soon. Like, to finally do, I mean, already 3 wins in a row is great, but like if you can do 5 in a row, I think, yeah, you have to kind of stand up now and say, like, this is what I've been working towards. This is the team I was trying to build, whether that's true or not.
I'm gonna go the opposite way on this. I'm gonna zag so hard. I think he's gonna be the one to say like, not satisfied. This isn't like we could be better.
Well, yeah,
Like, and I don't disagree with that, but I think
Yeah.
I don't think he should say that. I think he should
Yeah.
be applauding his team for being so down in the dumps and then coming back and finding a way to win these games. But he seems like, I don't know. He's kind of like the emo manager of the league. Like, like we're okay, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't show emotion. He doesn't show like when he says we're losing. He calls them losers. I haven't seen it. They've won 3 in a row. Has he said anything?
I mean, I haven't looked close enough, but yeah, I haven't seen anything come across my social spheres of him raving about, the guys turning it around and winning 3 in a row. So, yeah, I don't know. It could very well just be that, of like, maybe behind closed doors, he's much more excited and happy for them, and proud of what they're doing. But in the media spotlight, he does seem to like to play that kind of colds, like, I don't know, maybe he thinks it's like a tough coach sort of thing, of like, yeah, it's cool, but like we need to do better sort of thing.
Yeah, fascinating team. It's weird to see them above us in the table right now. It's weird to see a couple teams above us in the table, but I'm not saying they need a true challenge because they beat Liverpool, right? It's like they're getting the wins they need. They weren't in the past. I'm just like, I just can't put money on them yet. You know what I mean? It's like they're so unpredictable. They're just unpredictable at this point.
I feel like I haven't seen a game of where it looked like they were all on the same page, same game plan, everyone supporting each other. It's still kind of always felt a little disjointed, which I think then lends itself to being unpredictable, and having some players really down and really off, and the others not there to be able to pick up the pieces. But 3 in a row, keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
It's working.
Yeah,
I did call out Matt though on September 27th. He said I said it, hammer him out, and since then they haven't lost. So
I mean,
small sample size.
That's kind of a interesting like thought exercise now, right? Of like, you were hammer him out, you've won 3 in a row in the league.
Are you in?
It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get better, right? Like it can very quickly turn around still. I don't know. Is 3 in a row enough to change your opinion? I think as a fan of the club, I think you'd obviously know the tactics and players and everything better than I would. So you can probably decide more on that than just results. But it's always hard to go on the out gang, and then they start doing good, and you're like, well, still out.
Yeah, I mean, people are quick to judge, but I think we talked about it last week. I think Nuno is in trouble. That's a team that's lost 3 in a row. There are calls for Slot too, being like he's not doing what he needs to do. It's like, okay, like this whole team has been a giant experiment just because of who we brought in and what we're trying to do now. So no way. Like, and then it's always like, okay, you fire your coach, who you bringing in? At least Forrest had a plan, right, to bring Dyche in.
Yeah.
They should have done it prior to Ainge. We already discussed that, but it is what it is. Now, if Man United goes on another downfall here, losing a 4 of 5, 4 of 6, whatever it might be, I'd be curious to see what happens that time around.
Yeah.
Because we've done this once.
Yeah.
We all said him not looking good. Then he goes on a little streak. And then, like you said, if he goes back down again, what side of the table are you on?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would trust Amorim enough to, like, get the squad back to playing well and back on your side, right? Like, he very well may be there now, but this took so long to get here.
Long time.
You were already given so much more time than probably every other team would have given a manager, right? So
it'll be a year.
I don't think
a year on the first.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think he can go through another like rough patch without if performances on the field look good and it is just like unlucky or some key injuries, you can maybe point to that, but if it's just more of the same of, well, this is the tactic and now it's just not working, like I think he will see the door, but I mean, yeah, on the slot argument, like I think I get like expectations are so high this season for him because of last season. But again, I think it is just like a squad selection issue, right? Like while he needs some defensive reinforcements, he didn't really get it. He got all this attacking enforcement. I don't know if he wanted that or not, right? Like Liverpool may have just seen, Wirtz available, Isak available. We got all this cash to spend. Like, you'd be silly not to throw something out there and try and get these guys.
It was better us than you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
right?
how. And when people say we overspent on Isak, it was like we overspent so you couldn't get him. That was the whole goal in mind. It's like, did we need him? No. I to this day, I don't think we needed either of them. They were on the table. We had the money. We made great sells during the summer.
Yeah.
Why not? It's better than City getting them. It's better than United getting them. Better than Arsenal getting them. If we have a chance to go get maybe not the best player in the world, best player in the league even, but if we got to pay that money for it, so be it, right? Could we have paid less? Maybe, but then it risks other teams coming in there. It sucks they're not performing at all, of course.
Yeah.
But if he was on another team and performing decent and beating us, it would feel worse when we could have got them. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel good right now anyway.
No, but these are not players that had just one great season and then, a team went and spent crazy money on them. They've been consistently good performers for a handful of seasons, both at club and international level. So there's good players in there. It's just getting them comfortable here with their surroundings, the other teammates, whatever. But yeah, I think if you're on the slot out train already, you must be a new Liverpool fan, right? Like every team has gone through such hard periods at times. This is nothing. Like 4 losses in a row sucks.
Been
team
there.
Not performing well sucks. But like, this is just what you go through sometimes, right? Like, buckle up.
We've been through worse.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through a lot worse. I mean, those Roger teams in the mid 2010s. That was a weird time to be a fan, and it made me second guess a lot of like, why do I enjoy watching this team? And then Coutinho saved the day.
Coutinho, yeah, what a guy.
What a guy.
Still in Villa, I think, actually.
Really?
I think so.
No way. I thought he went back to Brazil.
Did he?
I'm not 100% sure.
He's in Brazil, but I want to say I thought he was like still contracted, to Villa, but maybe not now. I don't know.
Let's see, transfer market.
Oh no, yeah, they did sell him.
Free transfer,
Free transfer, yeah. Okay.
He was on loan last year to them.
He was on loan there. Okay, so that's what it was. But, yeah.
Our boy's all grown up.
There he is.
He has the same birthday as Miles.
Oh, nice.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. I think we get to the big hitters here who are, surprising us still. It's got to be Bournemouth, right? Bournemouth sitting top of the table, right next to you.
Yeah.
A couple points shy, but you know what? That reminds me. I don't have my table prediction, but I'm trying to recall where we might have had them. Do you have it on you?
I think I got mine at least.
I think I had them at top 4 for me. I think they were my new Aston Villa, and they were my Bournemouth number 4.
On my list, I have them at 6th. I don't know if I finalized them there, but it was certainly kind of at that top end of the table. Not in top 4 though for me, for sure.
Would you change it now? Oh.
I don't think so, but they are playing very well.
They're playing really good, man. And they what's crazy is they sold their youngest best defender to Madrid over the summer.
They sold their whole back line.
And sold Kirkes, right? So it's interesting to see. Is it the system? Right? Because they made Kirkes look really good. They made Dean Hojan, say his name. They made him look really good, and he's having a decent time at Madrid. But it makes you wonder, these system players who are in these teams. I mean, Solanke, throw him in there too. They come into Bournemouth, they look real nice. They get shipped out, and it's like they're not their Bournemouth selves, right?
Yeah.
So. And then you also see the heightened of like a Tyler Adams, a Semenyo, a Kluivert, right? It's like these players are coming in there who are decent elsewhere and then like excelling. So I don't know. I think Bournemouth's a pretty scary team because they never say die, and we could really think about the last couple of years and the games that we've seen them be down and out and come back and have a last minute goal. I like what they're doing over there. I think you just can never turn your back on this team. It's similar to Sunderland, but I think because they've been here for a while, and Irola, I can't remember how to say his name. He's like
something like that. Yeah.
He's like super, super hyped up on the sidelines and very into the game all the time. It's like I enjoy managers like that who are actually like passionate about what is going on the pitch. And it's like, Klopp was very much like that. Slot is a little more reserved than I'd like him to be. But that's something that I think Bournemouth needs to cherish, and I will not be surprised if their coach gets cherry picked by somebody real soon.
Yeah, I forget. I think it might have been United fans were throwing his name out there trying to grab him, which
doesn't shock me.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. But I hope he, if this season continues as it is and ends up well for them and they end up in Europe and whatever level, I hope he sticks around with that, because then it's one of those, like, you kind of built this project and you're seeing it into maybe a phase you didn't expect, but at least reap your rewards, right, of like such a hard work that you put in. And it'd be one, either sell off all your good players like Palace, or just jump ship on the team. But I mean, they play, just like you said, never say die. Like, it's and across the board, it's everyone out there is always moving, always pressing, always getting back to make tackles, and
they play for each other.
They're a real menace. And as nervous as I was going up against Crystal Palace, I think Bournemouth is certainly right up there of like, you cannot go into this lightly. Like, you got to take it real serious.
I mean, Liverpool saw that day one. They said, "Oh, crap." They came to play. It's just shocking. I mean, really, the top 6 right now looks. it just looks like how I wouldn't expect it to be right now at this point of the season, with Tottenham, Sunderland, and Bournemouth all tied next to each other. It's scary as a fan who is looking up, going, how did they get there, and then how do we get there? Especially, you know, if I'm the Brightons and the Evertons and, you know, the teams who have been mid-table, the Palaces, right, who've just been mid-table, which, like, Palace, man, what a fall off from grace. They're sitting up there for so long, haven't lost a game, and now they dropped 2 of the last 3. It's like, and then a draw in between. So it's teams need to look into what Bournemouth and Sunderland are doing different from everyone else and try to figure out how to make that work for them. Unless they're just complacent with just being in the Premier League, which some teams are. That's, you know, like, that's cool. But I don't know, man. That's hard to be a fan for a team like that over and over and over and over, and like press your owner for not selling the names that built the team up to where they're supposed to be. Like Brighton is the big one for me. We've seen Brighton get up there and like be so close to figuring it out, and then sinking, and then changing managers, and then finding something, and then sinking again. I don't know. That's
I mean, I get like some of that is just the business model they decided to do, right? Like Brighton, especially, is their whole recruitment is like very, you know, data heavy. Unknown name basically comes in, performs well, sell them off to Chelsea probably for lots of money, you know. But at the same time, it's like, then you can do that, I think, for a handful of years, but then at some point I think you do have to kind of use those funds and all those resources you have and like have a go, right? Like, it's like you said, I don't know how you can be a fan of a team that just is always getting close to being good, or like taking the next step and then just like shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, Tottenham's definitely that team, right?
Well,
Champions League finals and top goal scorer in Premier League and Kane. Yeah. It's like they had all the things. They like Tottenham really should have won a league at least in the last decade with what they had. But I mean, teams just had historic years, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It's just I just hate see teams sink after being top 5, top 6. I mean, Forest is a great example of being where they were, finding a way to go to the top, and then immediately plummeting again. I don't know. That's the football fan in me. Of course, I want Liverpool to win and win a championship, just like you and Arsenal. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's a tough place to be like, why can't you keep up? It's like, well, we're not you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it like I really don't think Bournemouth expected to be in this position. But I think you do have Zabarny went to PSG for 63 million.
Him too. Yeah.
Dean went to Madrid for just under 63 million. Kirkez for 47 million. You know, you sold off your whole back line, but you made a good chunk of change there, right? So I'm sure in their mind it was, you know, we cash in on these young guys now that teams want and performed well, and you know, we're getting top dollar for them. This season we stabilize, you know, rebuild, find some good signings, and then like following season push. But like now you're here. So I don't know, maybe you roll with this and you just reinforce in the winter or something. And
winter is going to be interesting for them because they really didn't use those funds to replenish their squad that much. I mean, who's to say they don't go out and buy someone that's I mean, we look at Newcastle, like I'm looking like mid-table teams of like who's got some players in there that they might be willing to sell, and I'm sure Brighton might be a seller. Like they know they're not winning the league right now, and they're probably fairly certain they're not going to get relegated. You go to West Ham, can you pick a Jared Bowen? Like maybe, right?
Maybe.
Like if West Ham is going to be this down and out, I would be shooting for West Ham's team right now because there's quality all across the board. Go get a
Yeah.
Paqueta. Go get a Suchek who's coming off the bench for you. Like, there's quality players. God, man, so easy to rip on West Ham right now. I feel bad for doing it, but you just go down. You go down their team, and you could say, yes, look, quality in Maximilian Kilman, like great. James Ward-Prowse on Bournemouth right now, perfect guy to come into that team.
Oh yeah.
There's so much. I feel like players who can just slot right in and figure it out. Wan-Bissaka could be a great right back option. I mean, Fulkrug could even be a good number 9 to come in there. Bournemouth doesn't really play with the true number 9, but like, why not go get a guy who can come in at the 85th minute and possibly, find you a scrap goal?
Yeah, that was going to be my only thing is like, I know they have Evan Nielsen. He's injured right now. But I think, you don't want Semenyo to always have to be like the guy, right? So if you get a decent striker up top, eventually have to just rotate with Evan Nielsen, but that can open up Semenyo more, or open up who else they use, Justin Kluivert, Travenier, like these guys that are good on the ball and have a good shot on them, as we've seen a handful of times over the seasons. Like, I don't know. I think it will be really interesting to see what they do in winter, because if you're up still, within European distance, I think you maybe push for
Go
it.
for it. I at least hope they do. I'm curious who will be on the market. I don't, those domestic transfers during the winter, they don't usually happen. You're not really going to see a player go club to club. But I'm curious what's out there in the world of the Serie A's and the Bundesligas of what number 9 could come in and really help them. I mean, I feel like I don't really know what Inter's doing right now, but Lautaro Martinez is always a name, gets thrown around at teams in the Premier League. I feel like Bournemouth with him would be really, really intriguing.
Yeah.
Inter's currently 4th right now.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, look at Ekitike coming from Frankfurt. I don't think anyone had much expectation for what he has done already, right? Like, he's brought in such energy, hits the ball so hard.
Dude, he rips it.
And he wants to be there. He wants to shoot. So you find someone like that, from Germany, Italy, wherever, I don't think that's a bad option to have.
What about remind me of his name, who's down in Galatasaray right now, who's loving life, but it was been rumored to the Premier League forever. Victor Osimhen.
Oh yes,
yes. I think he'd be really fun on that squad. Right?
That would be cool. Okay, yeah.
It's Turkey might be a place to look too. I don't barely pay any attention to what's going on.
Is Icardi still there?
He is. He actually got in. He got in on the Liverpool game when they played each other.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't get to see him, but
I don't know if you want Icardi these days.
Hey, Icardi is the second joint goal scorer in the Super League with 6 goals in 4 starting appearances. So he's still banging him. He's still banging him. That would be interesting. Gosh, there's no way that's ever happening. Icardi in Bournemouth, yeah, right.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, it's interesting to see what that squad looks like. Tammy Abraham down in Turkey right now. Make a little a Premier League reunion. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
He's only 28.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Osimhen's only 26. Like, I want to see them splash some cash in January.
Yeah.
So
I think I don't think you'll fall much further than this. So I think, you just gotta take a swing at it, right? Like,
yep.
Why not?
Do it. All right, Chad, we're hitting the hour mark here. We haven't talked about Arsenal, and that was on purpose because, really, just give them some flowers. Tell them how proud you are.
It always had to be Eze to score here, right? Like, it was never going to be anyone else.
It had to be.
It was either going to be Eze scores or Nketiah scores. That was it. So, yeah, happy to get the win, obviously. Mateta is, like, such a menace up top. I know he didn't get the shots off and be as potent as he has been, but like he was giving Saliba and Gabriel such trouble the whole game, and that was I was conflicted because the Arsenal fan of me was like, a little bit scared by that because it is a guy who's out muscling your defenders, and if he gets past, he's probably getting a shot off. But then the football fan of me was just like, I mean, we're kind of big on Mateta anyway, so like I was kind of excited to see him like kind of hold his own up there.
Big
so
Mateta fans here.
Yeah. So yeah, it was nice to get the win. Obviously, it wasn't the most comfortable. I don't think it ever was going to be. Palace not only has been good this season, but I think last season they drew 2-2 at the Emirates, so gave us trouble already. And I think the biggest takeaway here is just like the defensive stability of Arsenal, right? Like it wasn't a great attacking game from Arsenal. We ended up going to like a back five basically and just shutting up shop. And again, they call it a shot on target, but really it was Nketiah meeting David Raya's hands with the ball. So it would have been a third game in a row with 0 shots on target, which
wow,
even 1 shot on target is still crazy, right? So it's the back end of Arsenal is just cooking right now. I think the attack, still needs to work it out a little bit, but it was a good win. Another one of those weekends where it's like seasons past is when Liverpool loses, City loses, whoever, and Arsenal would have just lost the same, right? And now this season we're finally taking advantage on those weekends, and obviously it's paying off. But,
it's truly the difference maker. I mean, you guys, it's obviously 4 weeks in a row for us, but I feel like whenever Liverpool drop points, it feels like it always happened before Arsenal played, and then they would drop points, and now it's totally the opposite. And I mean, it's the right mentality to have, right? Hey, let's keep going up and not drop any points and win these games we're supposed to win. It's frustrating on my end because I'm used to seeing that, and now this year's different, so it's going to make the catch up is way harder now. But kudos to you guys, winning the games you're supposed to win.
Yeah, and that's it. It's just, win what you should win, whether it's, silky smooth football or just a hard grind out. Like, you got to do it. And, like I said, this game I was a little bit scared coming into it. I'd say pretty scared throughout it, even once you're up a goal. But
I'm watching Palace with the ball down in the final third. Definitely, I was holding my breath, going like, "Oh, like here it comes! Like, here's a chance."
Definitely.
It just never happened. Good defense was obviously the main key to that. But I mean, 1-0 games, man, it's a little sketchy. I feel like there were plenty of times where Palace could have done it. They could have.
It is sketchy, that's for sure. So yeah, I think obviously still work to be done on getting the attack a little bit more fleshed out. I mean, all that said, we have 16 goals scored. One behind Tottenham and Man City and Chelsea. So it's not really, scoring isn't really an issue. It's just more like, a 2-goal lead would feel more comfortable for everyone. But there's a win's a win, and if they want to make me stress out for the next 20 or 19, 20 games, whatever, then so be it. I'll have a stressful couple months, but if we end up at the top, it was worth it.
It always is. I hope we get a great finale as we roll into the last quarter of the season, but plenty of time.
I mean,
left. You never know. You never know.
I'm still certain it'll be quite the shakeup here. we still got to play against Sunderland, Tottenham, Bournemouth. What at the start of the season on paper probably looked like winnable games. Now it's tougher games. Maybe
Yep.
something you got to keep an eye on for sure. But I think it is super nice to have like the Liverpools and Cities and Uniteds like out of the way and not have to worry about like that looming on the horizon until the second half of the season. But
But till then,
we're just hopefully just gonna keep winning, hopefully by more than one goal. But whatever.
win's a win. 3 points is 3 points.
A win. Exactly.
All right, Chad. I think we nailed it. Right on the hour mark here. I got nothing more to say. Another busy weekend of footy coming in. I swear, if we lose 5 in a row, I will shave my head. I can't believe I said that, but I was thinking it all week, going like, I'll do the opposite. If Liverpool ever loses 5 in a row, I'll shave the head.
Shave the head. Well,
why not? This is it. It's happening. The streak is ending. The streak is
ending.
And I'll leave it at that.
A shaved head in winter. Luckily, there's beanies, right? Like, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. I can rock a shaved head, no problem.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Chad. Episode 107 in the books. Thanks for watching, hooligans. Be well, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.